What's up, guys?
How's everyone doing today?
Welcome to what episode?
Episode 2 of Surviving Your 20s.
Until we turn 30. Yeah, period. I love that. Until we turn 30. I just feel
that's
like
cute. That's cute, yeah.
It makes us in it for the long haul.
3.5 years to go, and then maybe we, I don't know, reshape.
Then we, depending on how you guys do us, we could serve you better. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. Yeah. I'm happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Another episode.
So today we are watching TikToks, right? Yeah. So what are we calling this? This is TikTok feed. TikTok feed. All right. So in this segment, we are just going to pull up a video that's interesting that we found on our For You page. We have the same For You page. We said this in the last episode, but like, at this
I don't
point,
understand. We be sending each other stuff. She'd be like, I saw that yesterday. I'm like, well, TikTok, you don't have to be so obvious. Switch it up a little bit, you know?
But sometimes you do send me things I never saw.
Sometimes.
But it's rare. It's honestly rare.
We literally have the same conversations because we have the same feed.
Yeah.
I like that, though. We're in sync. Yay. Oh, it was supposed to be with this. All right.
It?
Listen, I don't know how to do that stuff, but we did it hard.
Yeah.
So we're doing TikToks. And so Makeda found a TikTok. We're just gonna blind react to it.
Okay.
And then let's see what it is.
I think it's such irresponsible advice sometimes that we give so haphazardly to people to say, you got to get away from those friends. Well, during that time, one of the friends who we're not necessarily on the same page today, but when I needed to eat, she fed me. Right? When I didn't have it. When I needed somebody to pick my daughter up from school, she was her ride. Though we are not on the same page necessarily today, this is not someone that I am willing to cut off. I just have to engage with differently. Right? Because the mindsets are a little different now.
Okay. I need a part 2.
I need a part 2.
I want to know, does she say anything else?
I don't feel like the girl. What are the people saying in the comments?
Okay.
Let's get to what the people are saying before we.
Okay. There's more to this, though, I think.
Okay. Let's see what she's saying. Let's see what they're saying to this clip.
All right. Keywords: engage with differently. You didn't switch up. You just deal with them from across the street. Okay. I think sometimes, now let me look at the ones with the biggest likes. Oh, it's not that many. All right. Okay. I think sometimes we get so caught up in what someone has done for us that we carry guilt, thinking we have to overlook everything because they've done something for us. Okay. That's nice, but that doesn't mean they're good for us. I think that's interesting.
That's interesting. All right. Read one more comment.
We be so quick to discard people like nothing. Like, no, sometimes you got to go through things to come out on the other side. Last one.
Okay.
I love my friends. I don't care about their profession. I only care about their mental and if they are okay. I'm for the journey. What does the profession?
What does that mean? Did this person watch the same video? Because I'm not sure. What are you talking about?
Maybe she's referring to something in a previous, because this is broken up into parts. Okay. But as far as this, I don't get what she's talking about.
Okay, so we'll bypass her comments and just go towards the 3 comments. Tell me initially, what is your first thoughts about what she's saying?
All right, off rip, I think I want to say I agree. Okay. And that goes against what I already believe.
Okay.
Because, I mean, you are queen cutoff, but I'm also like not cut people off, but if the relationship or the friendship starts changing, I'm okay with letting it like phase out.
Okay.
You know, like, because I feel like we all have those friends sometimes where we never had
beef.
We never had a beef.
Yeah.
We didn't have like a falling out. We didn't have like a clear, we're not friends anymore. You just have those people you haven't spoken to in a couple of years and you just let it stay that way. Like, I have a friend, the last time I seen her, we hung out. It was cool. Actually, it was a little Story for another day. It was okay, but I haven't seen that girl in like maybe maybe 3-4 years, and I'm okay with that.
Wait, which girl is this?
I never told you about her.
You never told me.
Nah, I never told you about her.
Okay, you got to tell me on the way home.
Yeah.
All right. So that's interesting.
So I'm okay with us not speaking. And clearly she is too, because
she ain't hit you.
I ain't heard from her, but like there's no beef. If I seen her outside, I'd be like, hey girl.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I feel like, but then let's say in the instance of somebody has done something or there is some sort of like offense there or something you feeling a way about.
Okay.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't care what you did for me. Right now I feel like I don't care what you did for me. Like if we are here and I'm not cool with this, I'm not rocking with you.
Okay.
But I see what she's saying, and I feel like I want to say I agree. You know how it is? Someone says something and they explain it so well that you're like, wow. But do you really believe that? So I want to say I agree with her, but I gotta sit with it for a little bit.
You gotta search a little bit and see what she's saying. I feel you on that. I do want to say that I am the queen cut off.
Yeah.
I can do it, and I'm not afraid, just based on the trajectory of my life. And that's probably something I gotta work out in therapy.
All of us, honestly.
You know what I mean? So I don't know why I'm quick. I think I'm quick to cut people off just because I give them a long rope to hang themselves. All right, maybe that's not the right term, but
y'all know what we mean.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I give them a long rope. So I'm just like, oh, okay. So when I'm there, and that's it. But I do agree with you. There are friends that there was no beef. We just stopped communicating, and that was that. Like, I wasn't mad. It's not like if I see them on the street, I'm gonna be like, oh, we don't talk no more. And some people I walk straight past. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. There's no beef still. I still just don't want to talk to you, and that's okay as well. But I do understand what she's saying. There are some times when you have people in your life who continuously show up for you on a daily basis. And at that point, you may be at the point where you want to acknowledge that, hey, they may be going through something right now. The reason why they're acting like this, it might not be me. And they did show up for me at this point in my life. So maybe I need to be what they were to me at this point. Because it sounds like she was the friend that was helping you when your daughter needed to be picked up from school. She needed things. So yes, that's great. However, if it's a continuous behavior, that's my thing.
Okay.
If you are just a not so nice person, I do not want to keep this thing lingering on. And also, I think sometimes we're so quick to cut people off because although I am queen cut off, when it takes me a while to get there.
Okay.
Not super long, but once I put 2 and 2 together, I'm like, okay, I'm here. But I also acknowledge some of the traits that I have that may not be so nice, if that makes sense.
What do you mean?
So I have like some, it's not manipulation, but I have this thing where if I say something, I have the ability to convince someone that this is how they should move.
Okay. Not
that I do it on purpose, because you have a mind of your own. You ask questions, which is what I like about you. You do ask questions. But if I say, hey, I'm not talking to this person, or I don't like this person, or I'm not rocking with this person, sometimes the people that I'm talking to say they are a friend, they will pick up the same mindset.
Like you're influencing other people to think the same way.
Meanwhile, I'm just saying, hey, I just don't like this person and how they feel. So that's kind of like a trait that I know that I have. So I really don't share my opinions on how I feel about certain people or things. Okay. Because I want to say, how do you feel about it before I open up my mouth and say it? Because it might be a little, it could get, So that's all I'm saying. So I know I have that little trait. So I'm very self-aware of that. So I know that how how would I say? I'm loyal to the core. And people don't understand. I was talking
You
about.
are.
I am loyal
You are.
to the core. People might be like, what is she? I don't understand where it came from, but I'm loyal. So when I see that people are not being like that for
Returning
me,
that.
I don't know how to act. And so that could be also a trait that I have to work on in therapy. So like I said, people might want to cut me off. And it does hurt when there is no explanation. These things, I should have took it out of my mouth. Explanation. It does hurt, but then also you have to keep it moving, you know?
See, I agree with you. And see, but that's my next question, because to me, it's like, what's got you moving different?
Yeah.
Like,
but is it like a mental thing? And why don't you feel comfortable saying it? Or what is that? Like now I have more questions than am I wrong?
Like what happened? And not that like you feeling for a friend, because you're not like,
You're
we're not pressed for nobody to be our friends. But like, if we really never had no falling out, no nothing,
and we black,
and you can't hit a nigga and say, hey, now I'm thinking like, what's going on in your head?
Okay.
Like what's and
All
and it's
right.
different, because I get it. Like, all right, you get a pass if it's like, all right, you going through something and maybe you down and out, hard times.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about them people, because people quick to be like, I'm going through stuff.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm
We
not talking about
all
them kinds of
going
friends.
through.
But and then that's the other thing, because them people who fall off the face of the earth when they going through stuff and then pop back up like, hey.
It's like, but then when you going through, they still want you to show up for them 100%. It's like, you got to be real with yourself. Go to therapy, figure it out.
Yeah.
I did have a friend, I will say this. She came to my wedding. She did. I invited her. And then she had a baby. And she didn't invite me to the baby shower. I thought that was weird, because we didn't have any beef.
Yeah.
I'm in a season. That's why I say I'm in a season of new. The wedding for me was stressful. Not stressful the wedding, but like what was going on around me. So many changes I'm trying to figure out. I ended up getting like scalp psoriasis. You know that.
From the stress.
You guys know that now. I haven't said anything. I was stressed out over so many things. So I invited her to the wedding, and then to see her post a picture, maybe I didn't say happy birthday to her. I'm not sure where the tension happened. I'm not sure. No, her birthday was before my wedding. I don't know why or how we even got to this point. But she had a baby shower. She didn't invite me, and that's when I knew.
That's when you realized like there's a disconnect.
There's a disconnect there, and it was out of nowhere. It was really random, and then this is when I say like, I was showing up for you for a lot of your turmoil. You weren't. Maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe somebody got to pull the curtains and show me, when did I not show up for this person? And because I was 1 year older than her, I believe that I was like, I was like
more mature.
I was always a little more mature because I've been through more stuff.
Okay.
It was forced maturity. I would say that. It wasn't like, oh, I'm more mature than you. It was just like, oh, I've been through a little more. I got a little more seasoning on my palate.
Yeah.
So certain situations, I just looked at it differently. But I did show up for her. I was that person. I did get energy reciprocated, but it wasn't like real, and it wasn't like substantial energy. Those
it wasn't,
friends. It's like I could talk to you, but I can't really get down to like what I'm really going through. Because even when I was like struggling or had family issues, I wasn't really saying it. And I have to ask myself, why didn't I feel comfortable saying it? But then also maybe there wasn't an environment.
It's them
that was prepared for me to say it.
It's them.
So now that I'm a grown woman and my frontal lobe is fully developed, 1 year in, gang, I realize like sometimes it just is what it is. Like sometimes you just move on and people move on. And you just got to accept it for what it is. This girl, she did stuff for me. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, she didn't do stuff for me. Like, she gave me clothes, little stuff. Like, you friends with somebody. little stuff like that. But I also showed up for her. So it was just a little weird for me. And then I also am faced to deal with that, like not level of rejection, but just figuring it out. Like, where did I do something wrong?
Just always wondering.
Yeah. So I know how it feels to be on the end of being like cut off, but not knowing why.
Yeah.
Because I would think like maybe you're not mature enough or whatever the case may be. But I would have loved to know why, because it was not a 2-year friendship, 3, 4, or 5 years.
Long time.
It was probably like 12.
Oh, wow.
years.
Wow.
I was in 6th grade.
Wow.
So knowing that and being able to like say that out loud, it actually feels great. But yeah, I would like to know. Not I would have.
Okay.
Liked to.
At
that point.
Yeah.
At this point,
you good.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. If
we straight
you
now.
Playing me, keep it on the low. Yeah, they do. People do have the right to move on.
You do, but it
it
doesn't change the fact that you're wondering what happened.
Yeah.
Like what changed?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
And that's not a good way to live your life. That's why I say I want to be more like you in a sense of confronting people, saying what it is, so that when we leave this space, you know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because being on the guessing side, I just have to come to my conclusions. Just me and the Holy Spirit going back and forth. Like,
you don't feel like you ever did that to somebody?
Like cut them off?
Like without clear reasoning. Like, you don't think there's a friend or an old friend of yours walking around somewhere not knowing like what's up with Shar? Like, we used to be tight, and you feel like you are like a not a suspect, but like guilty of that.
I like now knowing me, I am the confrontation. I'm not confrontational, but I am in the same breath, because I would talk and talk and talk. But I think the problem is that being that person of always being like a mediator has put me in a position where if there's some silent beef or some silent something going on mentally, I always have to be the one to call it out.
Okay.
That right there is draining.
That is draining. It is.
Always having to call something out or say something, that's annoying.
It is.
So like at some point, yes, I was that person, because I'm not saying nothing. I'm not teaching you how to communicate. I don't have a degree for that.
At the same time, what if people look at you as this is their role in the relationship? Because even if you think about romantic relationships, and I feel like we all fall into that.
Yeah.
Like, you have it in your brain that this is what this person does, and I don't ever have to do it because they gonna do it. So you might have like a man, and let's say he always, I don't know, let's say he always makes sure that your car is washed.
Okay.
And you just like, I don't ever gotta wash my car because he gonna make sure he take the car to the car wash. And then one day he's just like, you know, you can wash the car sometimes. And it's just like, damn, like, I didn't even think of that. I just, you know, you always take care of it. So I'm not even, so what if someone's like, Charlene
I agree.
will mediate whatever. Like, I don't gotta do that because that's what she does.
And that's where I messed up. Because that's not an active role that I should have been taking on.
Okay.
And I think the savior complex, aka the God complex that I have, is like, I want to save everybody. I cannot. I am not Superman.
I see that, and that's the kind of person you are. You always want to help, and you always want to do. But
it is so annoying, because where has it gotten me thus far?
I think it's really about finding people who will match that energy, and show up for you the same way.
You are that friend. Like, you care. First of all, you understand like what it means to show up without receiving anything back. I think in this day and age, we have a group of people who want to have a whole bunch of fans and not friends.
Okay.
They want one-sided relationships. How can I get the most and maximize this opportunity here? And I don't believe that God wants us to operate in that space. He wants us to be in relationships with people that we can help. But if you are a giver, there's going to be somebody that's always trying to suck the energy out of you. And that's where you have to kind of have discernment and figure it out
Yeah.
on your own. And the only way sometimes to figure it out is
when people drain you.
Is when they drain you.
And you just like, yo, I'm not getting served here.
Okay.
In any way.
Yeah. Now that poses a question for you. What do you feel like your main role is in a friendship, and how do you operate in that role? And have you ever been burnt out from that role?
Being like a friend or whatever. I think, honestly, I'm at a point in my life where I don't have a lot of friends. And the few friends I do have, it's like I'm serving them and they're serving me too.
Okay.
And I don't feel like I've been in a burnt out friendship in a long time. But I feel like since high school, like after high school ended, them friends was gone.
They
like
packed them up.
Don't like
You put
literally
them in a duffel.
literally the last day of school, I never spoke to my main high school friends again.
Okay.
Not to say that they were drainers or anything. They just weren't friends for me. But I feel like as an adult, I feel like I'm in like give and take friendships right now. Because I really only have like maybe 5, like as far as like women, maybe like 5 women I would call my friend.
Okay.
And I feel like it's a trade-off. Like they show up for me and I show up for them. And also, I think why I don't feel drained by my friends, I don't see my friends that often. No shade to my friends if you guys are seeing this. No shade if you guys see this. But I don't see my friends that often to be feeling drained.
Super drained.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes on a communication tip, I might have to be like, all right, let me put the phone down. Because like I've been texting a lot. Let me go take a nap. Because I've been communicating with a lot of people today. But as far as like feeling drained and showing up for people, I don't really feel that way. Because I feel like I have solid people right now. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Will I make it to 2024 with you?
I feel like you will.
I will, because we've been friends for a long time. And even in middle school, we was not beefing.
We never had an issue.
I cannot pinpoint a moment where I was always defending you, which is the truth.
Yeah.
You were always defending me, like, And
we would like stir the pot together.
Yeah. It was.
Do dirt together.
Okay. We was in it for the long run.
Yeah.
We never had beef.
I feel like we have like a very equal... You know, like
friendship.
I support you, you support me, and it's not like we're together like all the time to be like drained by each other.
And I want you to win in life.
Same here.
I think that a lot of issues come from social media when we see people progressing at a fast rate. And so sometimes you might look at your friend or your family member or somebody progressing in life, and yes, you want to be there. However, certain circumstances might be hindering you from being there. So instead of you building up the courage to say, hey, I might be a little envious of this person's situation. I might be a little jealous of this person's situation, but not to a point where I want to bring them down. Because we all feel moments of inadequate, like we're not feeling
like you're not doing enough or where you want to be.
We're not where we want to be. It's like we see it plastered on the wall, BBLs everywhere. You know, you want to be that girl, you want to be that guy, whatever. But your life just not there right now. And there's certain stuff that contribute to that, which is society and how it's set up, maybe your family structure and things of that sort. But I think what makes a good friend is like them helping you reach the goals, the very goals that you write on your vision board, the goals that you have deep within your heart that probably nobody knows about but them. They can hold you accountable so that this way it's like we're building. And it's no competition.
Yeah.
Because you're a teacher. And I love that for you. And I love that you're in your career.
Thank you, friend.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like we all were in middle school together. So to see that we're doing stuff that we're grown.
Yeah.
We're doing stuff that we said we wanted to do. Like, you know,
I ain't saying I want to do that.
not a teacher, but you know, like you want
But we're
to
doing
be
things.
able to buy your own stuff.
Yeah.
To do your
Take
own
care of
hair,
yourself.
Take care of yourself. Some of us really didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? So to know that like you have that it means like, okay, there's hope for me too. It's actually inspiring for me. Like, continue the journey, get your life together, and it's going to get better in the end.
And also, even more than just being accountable, I like a helpful friend. Like, I like a friend who will try to help you where they can, like, within their means.
All right. What do you mean?
Sometimes you could help your people's situations. Kind of like the lady in the video, like, if I need you to pick up my daughter. I've never been in that situation where I'm picking up none of my friends' kids from school. But like, if I was in a position to do that and someone needed me, like, I'm gonna go get your kid, or I'm
gonna show up.
Like, just being present where you can.
Yes.
Not like,
I don't like when people don't show up at all.
Especially when you know they can.
When they can.
That'd be so weird to me. Like, people have certain resources to help you and they won't.
They'll gatekeep information. And
gatekeeping
I don't
info.
like that at all.
Yeah.
Because we're black and being from this color, we need to do better as a people and help people out when necessary. I'm not talking about people on the internet like, tell me this, tell me that. You're not obligated to share anything on the internet. I'm talking about those people that you're in close proximity with.
In community, like your friends. People
like,
would know stuff and not want to tell you.
Why? All right. And that's my problem.
Yeah.
I think
those are the hater friends. I'm sorry.
Why you don't want to help me?
If I find out something new, I'm like, yo, send. Let me tell y'all what I just found out about. You know? And it be weird.
Why you don't want to put me on?
Yeah.
What is that about? Do you feel like I'm going to take this information and go to the moon? Because information is just that. Information. You can tell somebody, get your life together 10 million times and teach them step by step, and they will not listen. But you gave them the information. But it's another thing when this person is willing and capable of taking those steps, of getting their life together, and you sitting there watching them like, bro, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
What you mean you don't know? You know, like what's that about? Where does that come from?
I feel like some friends want to be the friend who's doing the best.
Main character friend.
Yeah, like main character energy. They want to be the one, like, just with everything together. Like some people feel good being the only person
in the circle,
thriving like amongst the group or amongst like the people that they know. Like, they like being the one who got it all together. And if they struggled a little bit, forget about it. You got to struggle too. Like, I had to get it out the mud.
Sometimes they don't even say when they struggling. How about that? Because they got to maintain that standard of being the
one who has it all together.
Yeah. Why gatekeep? I don't like the gatekeeping. And I feel like we got to do better, because I would really tell somebody step by step what camera to buy. Here's the route. They don't have no credit check over here. Maybe your mother used your credit when you was 3 years old because she wanted to take the cable out in your name. That's not your fault. Let's pick it back up. Let's get it together. But the gatekeeping, we have to do better. Not outside of the circle, but inside your circles. Because that's where most of the work is being done. Who you become in this life is because of who you are connected to and who you spend the most time with and who you communicate with. So they really do be haters.
And then what good is it being like successful or like having your stuff together if your friends can't even join you? You know, like,
and now you trying to get other friends on that level, and you drop these old friends because they can't go on vacation with you.
Like, what good is the vacation if no one can
can't come to my birthday dinner? Well, guess what? They don't have money because you was gatekeeping information. Let's look at it like that too. Because those girls be like, oh, you ain't come out to my dinner. I didn't have it. I don't have no coins, mama.
Yeah.
Like, the coins ain't coins in. And what are you doing to help me, Miss Corporate America? Did you say my name in rooms? That's it. That's it right there. Why aren't you saying my name in rooms? Why aren't you giving me opportunities? That's why I said I do videography. That's my main squeeze right now. But if you have never mentioned me to anybody, just a mention. What are you really doing for me? Why do I need you around? Because if this very thing makes me successful, what would that look like for you? Would you start opening up your mouth then? I don't think so.
I mean, Depending on the person.
Yeah. They would like, oh, my friend is this.
Because now they could
benefit off of it. Or,
like, that's my friend.
She's shooting for this person this week. So now it's attached to a bigger household name. So now you feel like, hey, maybe
you can say something.
You can say something. But we got to do better.
Yeah.
And so I do get what this lady is saying. And I respect her for saying what she said. Maybe she has a deeper connection with the friend that she was talking about in the video. But also she needs to have that conversation with her. Like, hey, we're at two different spaces in our life. And your actions are not matching up with how I'm looking at life right now. So what can we do moving forward? And if they work it out, they work it out. And if they don't, she just got to let it go, even if that girl picked up her daughter.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that you are connected to that you needed to let go a long time ago, but you are holding on to what they did for you.
Yeah.
And it don't matter. I'm telling you right now, it don't matter. You thank them for the season where everything was great and you're moving on.
It's the same thing with like family members. It reminds me of that. Like when people are like, "Oh, you can't stop talking to your mother because she birthed you." Okay, that was 26 years ago. Look at what's happened since then.
Okay.
Or like, you can't stop talking to this person. That's your sister. That's your brother. And it's just like, oh, your brother was here for you during this. All right. But in the last 3 years, it wasn't giving.
Right. It wasn't
so
giving. So you're forced to make a decision.
Because you wouldn't hang on to like, well, matter of fact, some people do.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't hang on to like a romantic partner if they doing trash just because y'all had good times and just because they were like being a good partner at some point. But then again, some people do stay in them relationships.
And that's a whole nother like I just
topic.
think that's a whole nother
that's a whole nother thing.
I think it all comes down to a conversation. And in 2023, we have to be better about having conversations that are not hostile, that are not left with an ulterior motive, but you say what you say and you lay it out on the table
and see where it goes. Because sometimes all you need is a conversation, and people could be like, you know what? Like, I wasn't doing this intentionally, but now I know.
Yeah. Now I know. Like, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to work on it and give them time to work on it too. Because it doesn't happen overnight.
See, I'm that person. If you told me you're going to work on it, I need to see a change tomorrow. But I know that's not realistic.
No,
I know that's not realistic.
It needs to take like a month and then you hold them accountable. I mean, and for me, this sounds good coming out my mouth. But I got to put this into practice as well.
Yeah.
Because I am gaining like new friends and associates and stuff. So I love that for me.
Yeah.
And I love that I can call on people to show up for me when it's time. You got to give people the chance. Though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You got to give them an opportunity to say like, let me show up for you.
That's a fact.
And even if they don't one time, don't hold them.
Don't hold it against them.
Yeah, don't hold it
because people got
against
their own stuff
going
on where they really might not be able to show up. It's when I know you can and you just don't.
Okay. Did that ever happen to you?
I can't think of a moment.
You can't think of a moment? Okay. I was about to say, clear them.
I can't think of a moment. Blast. I can't think of a moment off the top of my head right now. But it happens.
Okay. It does happen. And it be little stuff too. Sometimes it's not like a big moment or a birthday or Christmas or anything. Sometimes it be little stuff.
Yeah.
Like I know you could really spin the block, but you ain't. And you did not. So, yeah. All right, guys. So, that's pretty much it. I feel like the segment took a long time. So, we're not even going to drag it out. But I want you guys to know that it's okay to be intentional in 2023 about who you have around you, the spaces that you create, especially for yourself. And then also know that if somebody did something for you, it doesn't mean it's forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you have to hold this as a guideline.
Yeah.
As to how you treat them.
Yeah, that don't mean they gotta stay.
Yeah. They did it, great. And if that person is real enough, they would know that they did that deed from the kindness of their heart.
Yeah.
And that's just all it was.
Yes. I think also the biggest thing would just be to have more conversations. Like get comfortable having certain conversations. Because sometimes you need like a little refresh, a little reminder. And sometimes even maybe like we could even get to a point where we can like close out a friendship with a conversation. Like, I don't think this is serving. So you don't have to have those silent or them quiet cutoffs, you know? So I think in 2023, let's try to have those uncomfortable conversations with our people.
Ones. Yes, please. And I like your hoodie.
Thank you. This is a custom creation by Charlene.
Yeah. She said she was going to wear it in the next episode. She came through and she did. And you can't see the back, but check out her Instagram. I'll put it right here. And if she accepts your request, you'll be able to see it. But I will be posting the hoodie on our Surviving Your 20s podcast Instagram page, which is Surviving 2.0. And you can see it there, okay? And then you can also follow me on Instagram. And yeah, let us know how you plan on being intentional for 2023 in your friendships, in your relationships, with your family members, at your job, having boundaries.
The job. That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation. And also, let us know. They got to let us know if they have anything that they want us to discuss.
Oh, yeah. Ideas would be cool.
Yeah.
Ideas would be cool.
Yeah. So
we could serve y'all. Yeah. Y'all watching us, let us serve
y'all. Exactly. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Surviving Your 20s podcast. And we will see you
in the next episode.
Girl, you won't think. Girl, you won't think. Trey Songz.
I told you he ain't do it for me. I wasn't even checking for him.
Okay. See, all right.